like 3D glasses. And,
Yeah.
I mean, Gizmo was everywhere. I mean, you go to the toy aisle at fucking Hills or Toys R Us, and it was Gremlin shit everywhere.
Yeah.
So it was very marketable, you know. So
It still is. Give me a Gremlins 3, goddammit.
I would say Gremlins merch is like wrapped back around, just like Friends merch and all of these old.
Yeah, you're starting to see more Gremlins merchandise now, which makes me happy. Not my wallet, but yeah, it's just one of those marketable things. Give me Gremlins 3, goddammit, now.
yeah, and you know, the animated show they got on right now is pretty cute. So check it out.
Yeah, I've watched the whole thing. If anybody's out there, if you're a diehard Gremlins fan, you'll love it. If you're wanting the movies, you're not going to get it. This is kind of just for your diehard Gremlins fans.
Yeah.
But cool to watch with your kids.
So coming in at number 6 is from 1988, our year that we were born. And it's Child's Play. And you know why. It turned into a franchise.
Damn.
Chucky is huge in the horror world. I mean, he's just as iconic as anybody you can think of as far Freddy,
100%.
Jason, Michael, Leatherface, Frankenstein, whatever. He's the face of what people think of. I mean, he's up there. He's in Mount Rushmore.
I would almost go on a limb and say that Chucky is more popular than Freddy at this point until we get a new Nightmare.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, you know, not that y'all can see this, but I went and picked up a Friday the 13th hoodie at Walmart. But they also, out of all the horror ones, you had Friday the 13th and Chucky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty much been relevant in our lives since we were born, so.
And honestly, there's only really one bad movie in the whole franchise.
Yeah, but even with that bad movie, his presence is still kept. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
kind of.
It's like there's a lot of things that come out that we don't like. That, you know, take Hellraiser for example. We love Pinhead. We love the Hellraiser films.
Pinwheel.
Yeah, Pinwheel. Old Pinwheel. We love them, but, you know, like, past the first 4 movies, they're really garbage. You know what I mean? So
they are. They're trash. It's the reason why the new 4K box set only goes to 4.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy. And even though I didn't enjoy the new Hellraiser film, I appreciated that it got people talking about Hellraiser again.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's not... You know, what's worse? You know, putting out a bunch of bad movies or being forgotten altogether?
That's a good...
you know,
I guess being forgotten is the biggest problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's the old Kurt Cobain, you know, I'd rather burn out than fade away.
Yeah.
So...
Well, actually, I can remember my first childhood memory of watching Chucky. Here's a little fun fact for the cult out there. Chucky is the one movie that scared me the most as a kid. Because as I'm watching this movie for the first time, of course it wasn't in '88 because I was a wee little one. But when I was old enough to watch it, my mom had one of those fucking good guy dolls. But I forgot what they were really called. What were they really called?
I don't know, but I had one too. He had overalls on and everything, but it wasn't a good guy.
It wasn't a good guy doll, but I can't remember what it was actually called. And my mom had one.
They made them with different color hair too. Like some had brown, some had blonde, whatever.
The one I had was blonde.
Well, it was basically the equivalent of the Cabbage Patch dolls,
which is what I had
for dudes.
Right. So I'm watching this.
Buddy. Was that his name? Buddy?
I think so.
My buddy?
My buddy? I think you're right. There it is.
My buddy?
Anyway, I'm watching this with this goddamn doll. And I lose my goddamn shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like... Start seeing it move out of your peripheral.
Oh, my God. I'm sitting there, like, side-eyeing this bitch like it's about to kill me. I literally stopped, like, halfway through the movie, get up, and throw the goddamn thing in the trash can. I was so scared that night. Like, oh my God. And I'll be honest with you, every time I hear Brad Dourif's voice, I can still sometimes get goosebumps because it reminds me of that feeling that I got when I watched Child's Play for the first time.
Yeah.
Fucking, ugh.
Definitely, it didn't freak me out as much as you, but it was effective because, I mean, it was a toy. You know what I mean? We had toys, and, you know, the imagination runs wild with that. So,
oh, yeah. Boy.
Well, coming in at number 5, we kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier. It came out in 82 when this list begins. It's Poltergeist. And the reason why I put it on there is because you see tons of films that are possessions and ghosts and all this shit, blah, blah, blah. None of them have equaled up to Poltergeist as far as being fucking fun like this film was.
Yeah.
They're all dread films. This one, it was serious because it was, the little girl gets sucked into the television by the spirits, but it was kind of fun at the same time.
Right.
Like, you went on a journey with them to get them back, and it was like, I don't know. It was just something, like, you can put this one on and watch it all day and just not be like, oh, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's something about it that...
It has a certain, like, spooky charm to it.
Yeah, it's much like Gremlins. Like, you can, like, put this on... I mean, you can watch it with the family. There's nothing offensive in this movie.
Right.
So...
I mean, for me now, I watched the... what is it behind the... what is that show on Shudder that talks about, like, all the bad shit that movies go through and everything?
Oh, yeah, well, if you wouldn't have asked me, I could have told you. But
I know.
I don't know what it is, but it's very similar to our other show that we do here.
Damn, what do we call that? Parts Unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our version of their version of Parts Unknown. And it's a very tragic backstory behind Poltergeist, and now, like, knowing everything that went on with that movie, it kind of breaks my heart watching it.
Well, yeah. It is sad, but, you know, I don't know. I watched the film before I knew any of this shit, so I tried to keep the same feeling watching the film, but...
Yeah, I try to, too, but...
It's just sad of what happened to some of the actors, and knowing that... You know, the ending scene was so cool with all those skeletons because they were fucking real.
Yeah, but it's crazy to think that it was cheaper to buy a real skeleton than to make a fake one.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
It really is. I mean, you know, it was literally cheaper to call up like a college that had like these real skeletons for like their biology classes and shit like that.
Yeah.
Or, you know, call up morgues for bodies that's never was claimed.
Right. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Then to call up some fucking plastic company, you know.
Give me some bones, baby.
Yeah. It's like, that really makes you think, you know.
It's creepy.
Fucking humans, plastic is more than humans. Which it really is, if you think about it. You can throw anybody in a ditch, but if you put them in a coffin, it's going to cost more.
Yeah, we're worthless.
We really are. When we die, we're fucking worthless. It's what
we're not worthy.
It's what we're put in that costs so goddamn much. We don't have to pay to get buried. We got to pay to get buried in a casket and have the tombstone, have a motherfucker put his little bulldozer thing after we leave, and you know, that's what people pay for.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if it's up to me, just throw me in the side of a ditch when I die. I don't give a fuck. I mean,
I say burn me and flush me.
Yeah, like, it's not like I'm going to get upset.
I am. I'm gonna haunt you.
Yeah, well, you know, if I have to roam this fucking earth after I'm already dead, I'm gonna. Maybe that's why ghosts are pissed.
They thought they finally had an hour.
Yeah,
You just wake up like, oh, what?
can you imagine like just being in dread, being in pain, being in dread, and you're like, I can't wait to leave this place, and then you die, but then you wake up and you're like, fuck, I'm stuck in the goddamn place.
We're in a spirit world.
We're in the spirit world, assholes. But yeah, Poltergeist was pretty influential, and you know, it came out in '82, so that horror comedy type of deal wasn't as rampant as it would be later on, so it kind of made it special. Anyway, coming in at number 4, I got from 1986 is Aliens. And the reason I put this on here as most important is because a lot of people got into sci-fi and horror films through Aliens because it had a huge action tone to it. Yeah. But still being horror and sci-fi type of deal. And many people will tell you, including myself, that Aliens is the best of the entire franchise. And maybe it's kind of like the Terminator 2 of the horror like the horror sci-fi franchise.
Oh yeah, I would definitely say so. I mean, a lot of people would probably put Aliens 1 above Aliens 2, but I mean,
yeah, I'm sure that the generation before us that grew up with that Aliens would argue that it's more important than Aliens.
Yeah,
but it's kind of a generational thing. They'll also tell you that fucking Rosemary's Baby is better than The Exorcist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it came before it, you know. But they'll also tell you that the Beatles is better than, you know, the Rolling Stones.
Well, to quote our friend Brandon, just because it's the first, don't make it the best.
Yeah. Even though it's very influential, you know, you can still have a level head about shit, so...
Right.
But yeah, Aliens comes in at number 4. Number 3 is from '82 as well, and it's John Carpenter's The Thing, and you can guess why.
Jesus Christ. There's a slew of things of why this movie is so influential. One, the practical effects is top notch.
That's the main reason that I put it on my list, is because
the cast is spectacular.
Yeah.
The story is amazing. Best creature feature ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like as far as practical effects, you owe a lot of people piggybacking off of the practical effects of this movie to try to make their practical effects as good as The Thing.
Exactly. That's exactly why I put it on there, is because this movie is still known today as the standard bearer in all of horror films.
I was going to say, raise that bar.
Yeah, they've raised the bar, and everybody's trying to catch up to them to the point where they can't catch up to them, so they have to literally digitally make up shit. So
yeah, it's one of those great films that I just love watching over and over. I don't think I'll ever get tired of it. The only thing I hate is the dog, you know, just because of me being a dog lover. I hate seeing the dog get all, you know, infected and everything, but
had to look away.
It's so fucking cool, though. It's so fucking cool.
Well, coming in at number 2 is from 1991, and it is Silence of the Lambs.
This movie definitely set up the way to make a suspenseful horror thriller interesting beginning to end. Not to mention you can have one or two different stories going on at the same time and cross between and make one whole story towards the end.
Yeah, and wasn't this like the first horror film to win the Academy Award?
I think so.
So it was definitely to let people know that, hey, people are interested in horror films, especially if you give them